long time no see. As promised, I came back, did another scenery-laden video in this one. 3 videos, a lot of scenery put in. It looks totally different. Got some cleaning up and some stuff to do. When I weathered the track, my marker that I used was dry, so I used a brush. It wasn't very small enough. I did get some spots. I didn't think it would show up in spots once I ballasted, but I can see it. It's not a big thing. It's easy to go back and fix a little isopropyl and like something like this kind of tool or an X-Acto. But I'll do that and eventually get that taken care of. But scenery's looking nice. It's coming along. Still got a lot to do. I made a change and put in a bridge. Took out a bridge. Going to build a bridge. I'll talk about that towards the end of this video. And so I hope you guys enjoy this. I've been getting a lot done, so it's good to be back down here. Hopefully I get a lot of this knocked out so I can get the trains back up on here, because right now I haven't cleaned any of this ballast up. I'll go through the tracks like I explained in the video and clean really well between them, vacuum up any excess and touch up some spots on the track, just so you don't want that extra ballast making a mess and getting in your locomotive. So I always clean up the track really good before I put anything back on the track and run anything. So so I still have to do all that too. So hopefully someday soon a lot of good operation videos in this scenery it's going to be nice. So that's what I'm going for. So guys, enjoy this update, and I will catch you Tuesday night on Track Tuesday. I'm thinking of a discussion topic right now that doing this made me think of it. So guys, I will catch you Tuesday. Thanks, and enjoy the update. Alrighty, as I said, I'm starting the scenery. I started here. I'll talk about the road in a minute. I'm a little disappointed in what happened. Okay, got my little pad there for the transformer. I'm going to put a different fence around this eventually. Once I find a good N-scale fence that looks good, I'll use it. Got down there back behind the road, put some little dirt around it and some spots, and filled in some other dirt to make it look real. That's good. Static grass is in there. It's drying right now. If I got down low, you'd see it was static grass. It's just I'm not a very tall blade of static grass. I might layer it again, or I think once I get some other foliage on top of it, which I'm going to do here in a minute. And so few trees, not very many in this scene, smaller trees. Probably not very big trees. I don't want to block the road and back there when trains are running, but there'll be maybe like 3 trees. You want to do it in odd numbers in a spot like this. The only thing I'm not happy with is that isopropyl did a number on my road, and of course then the static grass, as I'm finishing, sticks to my road, which it happens. It's all fixable. I'm going to have to just redo that road. Not a big deal. I'll do it in the center part. It'll still look the same. It'll look good. I'll use the same method. I may have to do that down here when I do along that road as well. I'm probably sure I'm gonna have to fix it too, so not a big deal. But the scenery is getting started. This track, as you can see, sorry for the mess because I'm doing something, is all glued down to going into the engine house, except for the switches going into that engine house, which you can't see because I'm blocking it with my containers. But I'm going to do that next after I clean all this up. So stay tuned. There will be more scenery on the way, I guarantee it. Alright, we got some more scenery in here. You can see right here, starting at the power plant. That's pretty much where the power plant's going to go. I'm going to have to glue that smokestack down and kind of find a spot where it sits up straighter. It's a little lumpy on the... because it's kind of on a joint right there, I think, of the module, which is why it kind of does that there. But I did fix the road, as you can see, weathered it back up to make it look used. I might fix a spot there. It's a little white right there in that one spot. Probably fix that with just take a brush to it and light brush it out. But got along the back there, put little shrubs in there. As you can see, this is all in. It looks nice. Very happy with it. I just put this in behind here. Didn't have the issue with the road because this time I was smart and covered the road. So the isopropyl wouldn't really get on the road. I did weather this road a little bit more as well. Lightened it up a little bit. So happy with that. And we come back here, you can see still got that going on. We're gonna get back here behind the engine house. So yeah, got that going in. I went all the way back here to the corner. That's, of course, you see the glue sitting on those bushes. It's gonna soak in. That's all drying right now. It's soaked with isopropyl and 50-50 glue water mix. I'm not gonna static grass this area here, simply because it's kind of far in the back and you're not gonna really know there's static grass unless I zoom in, but even then it's gonna look okay. Maybe more in the forefront I'm gonna use a static grass, of course, because you'll see it. It's a nice detail, so I'm gonna put that in there. Engine house is into that track. All these tracks glued down. Did do the track inside, as you can see. That was a bear, but once again, that's on me for wanting to do this. So got a car in there just to kind of test it. Got a locomotive in there to kind of test it. So that, yeah, it's runs good. Everything's smooth in there. It's got a little catch right there where this Tropicana car is, because once again, as you can see, that's sitting on a joint of a module. So that's why it kind of peaks up there a little bit, but it's nothing that causes any issues. So, which is good. And so we're just gonna let this dry, and I will come back, kind of touch it up and put some little shrubs or little stuff along the way like I did over here. I just put a few here and there. Trees I will add to this later. That'll probably be the last thing I will add, just simply not to break them. And you know, like I said, you don't want to take away from the scenery as much back main. I do want to do more videos of trains running once this is done. That's why I love my scenery that way. I love seeing the trains run through it, and I can't wait to do an operations video in that Pillsbury facility once it's all done, as well as the engine house and everything. So this is coming along nicely. So stay tuned for the last part of this update, which will be the rest of the scenery all the way in through here probably. And so stay tuned. We'll come back to the last part. Okay, everybody, this is scenery as I promised. As you can see, I'll start down here. This is where I made a change in the layout a little bit. There was actually a bridge that came up over here and was going to go down to the yard. I changed that. So right here, right about here, I'm going to have a flyover bridge of a 2-lane highway that goes over all the tracks. I think that's just going to be a really cool scene. I just kind of decided that last night before I got started on this. Right here is where my signal tower is going to go, and then right behind it will probably be the big radio tower I have, and then the highway right behind it. It's going to look very nice. As you can see, I ballasted. That is drying. All of this is just going to sit and let this dry. I ran out of materials, so pretty much almost done for the day anyway, but I did knock a ton out, as you guys can see right here. Static grass a little bit in this area, two sizes of blades to kind of give it the layered look. Here we have going in the maintenance away area. I made the little road going to the maintenance away to the signal tower back behind the engine house. So right here I plan to get a Rick's building, I think, and we're going to set that in there, and maybe a couple vehicles eventually, and the crane and everything will sit there, and the cabooses, that'll be maintenance away and crew area probably. Of course, tracks in. Now I come back here. Back here will be the scrap yard. I got to work on that a little bit first, but now we'll come up over here and talk about the grain area. As you can see, all that is done in there, ballasted. A little bit of grass added to it as well. And if you look real close, You can kind of see some yellow in between the tracks. Let me straighten out the camera. See that? Right there. That's a nice little detail. That is actually pastel chalk. And I scraped it on there to look like spilled grain in places. I think that's just a nice detail, especially on this track here when after you fill them and you dump them over there to be picked up and bring the empties on over. I think that's just going to be a nice look. Nice little detail. All, of course, landscaped in here as well. And we're just going to let this dry. But that's where I'm going to leave off with this for today. And I'll be back again. I've got some to do. So I got to ballast the yard. Got to fix the yard. Fix that number 4. I think I'm going to swap one out and get it going before I glue this down and ballast it. And probably, I'm probably going to put some strips of cork between the tracks because it really eats up the ballast between this unitrack because it sits up so high. So I think that'll save me a little bit on ballast. And probably give it a flattened out look between tracks, which may look a little better, which is what I tried to do over here. I think it turned out really well. Definitely turned out good over here. I think it looks really good. So just gonna let this dry. See, I had a little roadway truck there for detail. The road looks good. So very happy with it. So guys, I'll leave the update right here at this part. And you hit like, subscribe, please. I would appreciate, leave a comment. Appreciate those as well, good or bad, indifferent. Appreciate it all, guys. Thanks for watching.